will be set in the examination. How many questions I don't know. Maybe it will be 30 or 40, 50, no idea. But all will be MCQ type. So I think I should share the questions, give you 15 minutes. You will work it out and then we will go to next chapter. Again, I will give you some time. Then again, the third chapter. And in the next class, another 3 chapters. Like that, we will go. If you have got any other question to ask, you can ask. Just wait. So let me present. Okay. So now I am presenting the question. Just wait. So are you able to see the questions or should I make it little bit bigger? Are you able to see the questions?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or should I make it little bit bigger? Okay. It's okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Is it
Yes, sir.
okay? Okay. There are 4 questions. Yeah, there are 4 questions. You go through the questions. Try to answer those questions. There are 8 questions in this chapter. Yes, 8 questions. So these 4, once you do these 4 questions, then I will scroll down and I will show you another 4 questions. So for each questions, you can take 1.5 minutes and you do it. After that, I will scroll it down. Then we will discuss and then I will go to chapter 2. Okay. So you do the questions. Should I scroll down? Hello? Should I scroll down? Why not? Should I scroll down or you are still in this question?
Scroll down, sir.
Okay, just wait.
Scroll down, sir. Scroll down, sir.
Should I scroll down?
Yes, sir.
sufficient if you can find out the dot product only, because if the dot product is 0, then the angle is right angle 90 degree. If the dot product is positive, then the angle is an acute angle, and if the dot product is obtuse, then the angle must be if the dot product is negative, then the angle is obtuse or greater than 90 degree. So if I find out the dot product 2 into minus 4 ax bx will be minus 8, then ay by 3 into 2 is 6, so minus 8 plus 6 is minus 2, then 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, so minus 2 into plus minus 1 is minus 3. Because the dot product is negative, that's why the angle between the two vectors is greater than 90 degree, or it's an obtuse angle. Okay, now what is the answer for question number 2? What is the answer for question number 2? Which bit? A, yes. Now you can eliminate it by the method of elimination. We know that if there are two vectors, whether it is their sum or the difference, the resultant must be within the difference in magnitude and the addition of the magnitude, because the minimum magnitude must not be less than 1 and the maximum magnitude must not be more than 7. So anything greater than 7 is ruled out. 8 meter is greater than 7, so ruled out. 0 meter is less than 1, so ruled out. And negative things are also ruled out, because magnitude can never be negative. So minus 1 is also ruled out. So definitely it will be 5 meter. And you know, if I will give you, if the angle is 90 degree, then 3 square plus 4 square root over will be 5. Okay. Question number 3. Question number 3. What? Yes. Which bit?
A bit.
C. Okay, let us see. It is possible for A minus B. Which of the following is right? It is possible for A minus B to have the same magnitude as B minus A, but different directions. Yes, that is correct. It is possible for A to have the same components as B, but a different magnitude. No, it is not possible. Once the components are fixed, then the magnitude is going to be same. It is possible for A plus B to have the same magnitude as B plus A, but different directions. No, A plus B and B plus A are commutative. They are the same vectors. So the magnitude and directions will be same. So different directions is not possible. So it is wrong. It is not possible for A to have the same magnitude as A but different components. No, it is possible. So this is also wrong, because A and B can have different components but same magnitude. For example, I and minus I. I is a vector whose component is 1. Minus I is a vector whose component is minus 1, but their magnitude is 1, 1. So different components and same magnitude, that is possible. So the answer will be A, bit A, because A minus B to have the same magnitude as B minus A, but different directions. Yes, they have different directions, because A minus B is equal to minus B minus A. So A minus B and B minus A are two vectors having same length but oppositely directed. So the answer will be A. Okay, and question number 4. What is the answer? Which bit? Bit D. So let us see. It is possible for A dot B to have the same value as A cross B. Yes, right. Because A dot B is AB cos theta. A cross B's magnitude is AB sin theta. So AB cos theta can equal to be AB sin theta when the angle is 45 degree, because AB sin 45 and AB cos 45 are same. So that is possible. It is not possible for A dot B to have a negative value. No, that is wrong, because it is possible for A dot B to have a negative value, as we see in the first question. When the angle between them is greater than 90 degree, then A dot B is a negative, you will give a negative value. It is possible for A cross B to vanish when both the vectors are either parallel or anti-parallel. Yes, when the vectors are parallel, theta is equal to 0 degree, and A cross B will be AB sine theta n cap. So sine 0 will be 0. Similarly, anti-parallel means 180 degree and sine 180 degree is 0. So the vectors will vanish. A cross B will vanish. A dot B will vanish when both the vectors are perpendicular to each other. Yes, because A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. When the vectors are perpendicular, theta is equal to 90 degree, cos 90 is equal to 0. So the A dot B will be vanishing or 0. So the answer will be B, because B is wrong. It is not possible for A dot B to have a negative value. No, it is possible for A dot B to have a negative value. So you should be very careful. You see, I have just set out questions, whatever you have learned, and you are being bold. You are unable to answer these questions. You can have more number of such beautiful questions. I can set more questions for you so that you can enjoy working these questions.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in question number 3, can you explain the option B part again?
It is possible for A to have the same components as B, but a different magnitude. Same components as B, but a different magnitude. That is not possible. Why it is not possible? Let me explain to you. Okay, just wait. Once the components, let us take two vectors. I have told you most probably, let us take two vectors, A and B. Okay, A has components I cap, I can write it as AX plus J cap AY and K cap AZ. So there are two vectors. Okay, AZ. Similarly, I have got another vector B, and I can write my B as I cap BX plus J cap BY plus K cap BZ. Okay, and the question says that the components are same. So given AX is equal to BX. So what are given? AX is equal to BX, AY is equal to BY, AY is equal to BY, AZ is equal to BZ, AZ is equal to BZ. This is given. And we have to show that the magnitude, what is the relationship between the magnitude of A and B. So what is the formula of magnitude? A is equal to AX square plus AY square plus AZ square root over AZ square root over. Okay, and B is equal to similarly square root of BX square plus BY square plus BZ square plus BZ square. Okay. Now, because AX is equal to BX is given, so in place of BX, we can write AX, isn't it? Because that is what is given. Similarly, in place of by, I will write ay. And in place of bz, I will write az. Okay. So I will write a x ay square az square. But ax square plus ay square plus az square is a. So I can write that is as a. So the magnitude of b is equal to magnitude of a. So once the components are same, it implies that the magnitude of both the vector must be same. So that is the question. So now we'll go to, it is possible for A to have the same components as B but a different magnitude. No, it is not possible, because once the components are same, then the magnitude must be same. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir, got it.
Got, good.
Sir, question number 2 also.
Question number
2.
which question?
Question number 2, sir.
Question number 2. Okay. Two displacement vectors S and T have magnitude S is equal to 3 meter and T is equal to 4 meter. Which of the following could be the magnitude of the difference vector S minus T? Okay. So S is a vector. No angle is given, only magnitude is given. So this is vector S and this is vector T. Okay. Vector S has magnitude 3 and vector T has magnitude, sorry, S has magnitude 3 and T has magnitude 4. Okay. And we have to find out S minus T. So S minus T is S plus minus T. How minus T vector is found out? Just by reversing the direction. So this becomes your minus T vector. So when I will add S with minus T, you see I now I'm adding S with minus T. So you see this 1, 2, 3, this 1, 2, 3 get cancelled, isn't it? All these 3 minus 3 will get cancelled and you will be left with a minus 1 vector. But this minus 1 vector has magnitude 1. So we get S minus 3, S minus T magnitude is 1. That is possible when the vectors are directed along the same direction initially. But suppose initially the vectors are directed in opposite direction. Okay, already S was in east direction and T was in west directions. So initially both of them were directed opposite. So this was my S vector and this was my T vector. Because angle is not given, so I am free to choose any angle. So when I will find out minus T, I have to reverse it. So this becomes my minus T vector. Okay. So this becomes my minus T vector. Now I will add, in order to find out S minus T, I must add my S vector with the minus T vector. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I get 7. So the magnitude can never be less than 1. The magnitude can never be more than 7 of S minus T. And when it will be 5, suppose S is like this and T is initially supposed like this. Okay, then I will find out the resultant. The resultant will be this hypotenuse, isn't it? This is 3, this is 4, angle is 90 degrees. So 3 square plus 4 square root over is 5. So 5 is possible. Okay, so 5 is possible, 1 is possible, 7 is possible, and all values between 1 to 7, that is also possible. But less than 1 and more than 7 not possible. Minus value is not possible because magnitude cannot be negative. So now come to the question. So you see 0, it is not possible because less than the 1. Minus 1 is negative, not possible. 8 meter is greater than 7, not possible. 5 meter is possible because that is between 1 and 7. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can ask any questions. You should get your doubts, everything clarified. Okay. So 1 is okay, 2 is okay, 3 is okay, 4 is okay. Okay. Now what is your answer for 5? Yes. What is the
Option
answer for
C.
5?
Option C.
Huh?
C.
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 C. Yes, that is right. That is right. Because A has to be a unit vector. So its magnitude should be 1. Now what is A? A is 3A I cap plus 4A j cap. So what is its x component? 3A. What is its y component? 4A. So what will be the magnitude? AX square plus AY square root over. 3A square is 9A square. 4A square is 16A square. So 9A square plus 16A square is 25A square, root over is 5A. So 5A is equal to 1. So A is equal to 1 by 5, that is equal to 0.2. So you are right, that is 0.2. Now the head of a vector is at the coordinate 3, 4, 7 and its tail is at minus 2, 5, 1. Which of the following represents the vector correctly? Which? Have you found out?
Sir, A.
A, sir.
A, sir.
A.
A, yes, that is right. 3 minus minus 2 is 5. 4 minus 5 is minus 1 and 7 minus 1 is 6. So 5 I cap minus j cap plus 6 k cap. Anything you can ask. If you have not understood, don't get shy in asking questions. Otherwise, the what others will think, don't think like that. Okay. Now I will go to this question. Question number 7. The vector I cap plus j cap plus k cap is a unit vector. A unit vector can have any components with magnitude greater than unity. Now there are 4 options. Which option is correct?
Sir, D.
D, last option.
D.
Yes, actually I should write. Yes, that is right. Here actually I should write which of the following is correct. Which of the following is correct? That I should add actually. Yes, you are right. Because I cap plus j cap plus k cap is not a unit vector because its magnitude is root 3. And a unit vector cannot have any components greater than 1. Because once a component will be greater than 1, then the vector's magnitude will also exceed 1. And it cannot be a unit vector. So both 1 and 2 are wrong. Now this is a question I have not I could have given you the multiple choice because find the magnitude. Minus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square will be the magnitude of A, that is root 29. This will be 3 square plus 1 square plus minus 3 square. No, not 19. Root over 19 will be the magnitude of B and root over 29 will be the magnitude of A. Write the expression for the vector difference A minus B using unit vectors. Now you have to subtract the components of B from A. So minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5A cap. 3 minus 1 is plus 2. So plus 2J cap. 4 minus minus is plus. So plus 7K cap will be A minus B. Then find the magnitude of the vector difference. Is this the same as the magnitude of B minus A? So you have to find out B minus A and you have to check that actually A minus B and B minus have same magnitude. But you will also see that their directions are oppositely directed. So in the probably next time I will also make a multiple choice for these 3 bits so that you can answer directly. Okay, so this is all about chapter 1, a little amount of practices. Now we'll go to chapter 2. Okay, so let me go to MCQ chapter 2. Okay, is it visible to you or should I make it bigger? It's okay, I think. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now do the
Yes,
question.
sir.
Yes, try to do the questions. Once it's over, then I will scroll down and you can take screenshot also if you like, anything.
Sir, scroll down.
Okay.
So please show the question number 3 once again.
What happened?
So question number 3.
Question number 3. Just wait. Yes.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, in question number 4, how can we comment on the direction of the swimmer since it's not given the direction
First
of the
you do
river?
the question. No, first you do
Okay,
the
sir.
questions, and then we will discuss one after another. I am showing another 2 questions, and then we will discuss. Because you should do quickly, because we have got still another chapter. Okay. So should we discuss?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for constant acceleration ax, which of the following is wrong? Yes, your answer?
Sir, D.
D. Yes, that is right. Yes, D is right. Which should be the right one? That means this D will be correct if we put what sign? In place of this minus, if I put plus, then this will be a correct answer, isn't it? So average velocity is equal to final plus initial by 2. We can write only in case of constant acceleration. And for constant acceleration, the instantaneous acceleration and average acceleration are same. And for constant acceleration, this is the relationship between velocity, acceleration, and time. And so the 4th one is wrong. You are right. Following statements is wrong. Question number 2, your answer? Yes?
So C.
C.
C, sir.
When
Sir, C.
Px and Ax have the same sign, the body is slowing down. Yes, you are right. This is the wrong answer. Because when they have the same sign, the body speed increases or the body moves with higher speed. So this is wrong actually. You are right. Which of the following statements is wrong in question 3?
Sir, A.
A.
A. That is right. If Vx and Ax are negative, that means both have same signs. The body is moving in the negative direction. That is correct. But with a decreasing speed, that is wrong. It will move with increasing speed. Okay, because the signs of Vx and Ax are same. Vx is negative, so the body is moving in the negative direction. Because the signs are same, so it will move with increasing speed. So that part is wrong. Now question number 4. Actually, you were asking this question about what, now I'm doing this question so that you can understand. The river has a width of 600 meter. Okay. So in still water, when the water is not flowing, a person can cross this river because the swimmers has a speed of 4 km per hour, isn't it? 4 km per hour or 4,000 meter in 3,600 second, isn't it? So you can find out meter per second also. So that will be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then this will be suppose 10, and this will be 9. So 10 by 9 meter per second, isn't it? So the swimmer speed in still water is 10 by 9 meter per second. If it is still water, then in starting from this point and reaching this point. But water is also flowing with a speed. You see, this is not still. Now the water is flowing with 2 kilometer per hour. 2 kilometer per hour, this speed, or 2000 meter in 3600 second. Okay. So normally what will happen, if the swimmer moves in this direction, he will not hit the other bank at this point, but somewhere here. So what he will do, he has to swim in this direction. Okay, so the water will push him gradually, and finally he will come to this point. So the vector diagram will be like this. This will be the first vector, then the water stream flow is like this, and this will be our resultant vector. So this is my 4 vector, this is my 2 vector. So what will be the resultant vector? 4 square minus 2 square would be 2 and square root will be 2 root 3, isn't it? So with 2 root 3 speed, he will cross 600 meter. That will be his timing. Okay, and what will be the angle? If we find out this angle alpha, then tan alpha, you see, tan alpha is equal to P by B, perpendicular by base. What is the perpendicular? It is 2. And what is the base? It is 2 root 3. So 2 by 2 root 3 is 1 by root 3. Okay, so tan alpha is equal to 1 by root 3. That is the value of tan 30 degree. So alpha is equal to 30 degree. So this angle is equal to 30 degree. So the swimmer has to swim with a speed of 4 kilometer per hour, making an angle 30 degree north west of a north, because this side is west and this side is north. So west of north, or this is 120 degree with the horizon, with the x-axis or the horizontal, because this is 90 degree and then 30 degree. So 120. Either 30 degree west of north with a speed of 4 kilometer per hour, he has to swim, so that after certain time he will hit just the opposite point from which he has started, from this bank. Okay, and what will be the speed, what will be the time taken? 600 meter, which is 0.6 kilometer, divided by 2 root 3 kilometer, 2 root 3 kilometer, and this will be in the hour. So multiply with 3600, sorry, in minute. Minute means you can measure, multiply 60. So it will become 36 by 2 root 3, isn't it? So 36 by 2 root 3, either you can do one thing, multiply a root 3 here and another root 3 in the denominator. So that will be 3 into 2 will be 6. So finally you will get 6 root 3 second, 6 root 3 minute. 6 root 3 minute. So this will be something like 10.2 second, because root 3 is 1.732. So you will get 10.2 seconds like that. So that will be the time taken by the swimmer in reaching the just opposite bank. Okay, is it any doubts? Just some, yeah, yes.
6 root 3 is coming 10.4.
10.4, maybe. Let us find out. 1.732 into 6, maybe. I have not calculated exactly. 6 दूने 12, 1, 6 3 18, 19, 1, 6 42, 43, 4. Yes, you are right. So 10.4 second, you are right. So we can make it 10.4 second. Okay, so 30 degree west of north, 10.4 second. So the answer will be A. Now we'll go to question number 5. Yes, what is your answer?
T is equal to 2 seconds.
Yes, that is
B.
right. Yes, that is B. Because you have to take a derivative. Just let me clear the frame. You have to take a derivative. So the derivative will give you 9.60 minus 0.65. Then you have to equate them because that is equal to 0. And finally from there, if you solve, you will find out the time to be 2 seconds. Okay, I think all of you have understood it. Now, this is actually the crucial question is this question number 6. What is the answer you have found out? Yes? What is the answer?
One.
What is the answer? Have you done it? Question number 6. Yes. What is the answer? Anybody? Anybody who has done it? What is the answer? Asutosh Ranjan, if you are not responding, please mute your microphone. Anybody who has done that? Somebody is telling no, sir, wait, or what? I don't understand. So you see, the question is, a stone is thrown up vertically with a velocity of 20 meters per second. Find out the instances at which the magnitude of its momentum will be half its initial value. Okay, 20 meters per second. So the initial momentum, if I will call my momentum as Py, that is momentum along the y-axis, then I will write it as m into v, isn't it? And finally, this momentum has to be half. Okay, so Py prime has to be mvy by 2, mvy by 2, because that is what the momentum has to be. Okay. Now you see, so we have to find out when the velocity is going to be half. So when the velocity, what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is 20 meters per second. So V naught y is equal to 20 meters per second upward. So this is positive 20 meters per second. 20 meters per second. So the velocity has to be half of this. So 10 meters per second. And fortunately for calculation, we have to take z also as 10 meters per second square. Okay. So now I will find out the time. So time t is equal to Vy minus V naught y, Vy minus V naught y by Ay. Ay is z. So I will put my z. So now I will put the value. So 10 minus 20 is minus 10. So minus 10 meter per second. And this is minus 10 meter per second square. Minus 10 meter per second square. So from here, I will get 1 second, isn't it? But just wait. This is not the only answer. Because when you are throwing a stone, suppose you are throwing a stone, the stone is going like this. It reaches a maximum value, maximum height. At this point, its velocity is 0. Vy is equal to 0. But it has passed, and how much time it takes to reach the topmost point? It will take 2 seconds. Because when you will put Vy is equal to 0, 0 minus 20 by minus 10 will be 2 seconds. So, and in 1 second, somewhere, suppose here, the velocity becomes half. It is become half V naught y by 2, isn't it? Because V naught y by 2, your V naught y was 20 meter per second. V naught y was 20 meter per second. So it becomes half after 1 second. Again, what will happen? This is when it is going up. And when it is coming down, again when it crosses this point, again the velocity will be v naught y by 2. But now the direction will be different. It will be minus v naught y by 2. But the magnitude will be same, isn't it? And he is asking you about the magnitude. Look at the question carefully. A stone is thrown up vertically with a velocity of 20 meters per second. Find out the instances at which the magnitude of its momentum will be half its initial value, isn't it? So the magnitude, here the direction will be upward, here the direction will be downward, but at this point the velocity will be half the velocity of the initial velocity. So 1 second, and then it will go to topmost point 1 second, again to this point 1 second. So 2 second. So so after 1 second and then after 3 seconds, the same thing will happen. Okay, so that is how you will see that a stone is after 1 second only, and after 1 second and 3 seconds. Okay. Yes. What happened? Who is that fellow? Okay, so did you understand? So once you throw the stone, after 1 second, you will find out the magnitude of your momentum to be half. And after 3 seconds from the throwing initial at t is equal to 0, again you will find out the magnitude of the momentum to be half. Okay, and similarly you can calculate the velocity, kinetic energy is half mv square. So when the velocity, the kinetic energy will be half, and what will be that velocity, and after what time that will be done, that you can find out. And again, because the half mv square is, again, it has no connection with the sign of the velocity, because velocity square is there. So there will be 2 points where the velocity will be half. That you can work out and you can find out. So we have got still another questions to work out, but we could not find time. So have you worked out question number 7? 7, anybody? Why are you keeping quiet? If you keep quiet,
Yes, sir, done.
Have you done? What is the answer?
Sir, option B.
Option B. Let me find out. Option B. Ah, yes, you are right. Nearly after 0.6 seconds. How did you find out?
Sir, the first instant is around 0.586 and second
Yeah.
instant is 3.414.
Yes, you are right. So you have to take the velocity half mv square. So like that, what will be the velocity? And then at that velocity, where how you are going, because you have to find out half mv square is your initial one, half mv square, and this has to be half actually. So now half mv square, when it will be half, what should be the value? The value should be v by root 2, because once it will be v by root 2, so v by root 2 square will be v square by 2, isn't it? So v square by 2, so that will make the kinetic energy half. So you have to find out at what time your Vy is going to be V naught y by root 2. That is very important, V naught y by root 2. So what will be your equations? Your equations will be T is equal to Vy. Vy is 20. 20 minus 20 by root 2. 20 by root 2 is 20. Put a root 2, multiply a root 2, multiply a root 2 here. So this becomes 10 root 2, isn't it? So that will be 10 root 2. So you will find out that is 14.14. 10 root 2 is 14.14. So 14.14 and divide it by 10. That is your acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Sorry, I have actually, this should be minus and this should be plus, because V, okay. So this will be minus, so no problem. You will find out as he has rightly pointed out, 5.86, which I have met nearly, and by 10. So that will become 0.586, 0.586, 0.586 second. Okay. So, and because it is taking 2 seconds in reaching, so 2 minus 0.586, and again there you have to add it, so you will find out 2 times. You are right. So you have done it correctly. Okay, so in the next class we will go for chapter 3 and another 1 or 2 chapters. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention, and let me stop here. Okay, thank you. So we'll meet in the next class.
Thank you, sir.